Hello one and all, my name is Steve and I'd like to welcome you back to The Mole Survivor. We're going to jump straight into it today. I promised you yesterday that I would be doing this. We have our first diamond pickaxe, which is going straight in here because I'm too scared to take it anywhere at the moment. You may notice we have got some TNT. That will make for some fun later. Where did I put that? There's a flint and steel there. I was going to start moving stuff over, as you know. However, I've been doing work on a few rooms upstairs. I didn't plan on showing you just yet, but I will show you now. This is the opposite corridor to the one I showed you before. I noticed it was in the centre of the actual building, but in reference to these pillars and this balcony here, it wasn't. So I had to shift the whole. I built the whole room, and I decided nope, took it all down again, and had to shift it 2 blocks to one side, and the same with this one and over here, and the one below this one because there's an extra one below here. As I really didn't want to show you this now, but something happened and it just has to be done. This is where I am at the moment. This is an obsidian block which I need to get rid of at some point. You may notice, I'm not sure, maybe I sorted out most of the problem, but we had a bit of a leak issue, and I figured, look, we're fairly close to the surface, it's probably the ocean, so I didn't really pay any attention to it. But when it actually got bright enough in there to actually see what was going on, I'm sure the noises have already given it away. There is, in fact, a spawner in here, in my attic, where I was building my dome for that mystery room downstairs. So what we'll do, we'll just clear this out to start with this episode. Get some nice experience from the... No. You can't hurt me. It's not fair. I don't have any food with me, which wasn't the brightest move on my part. And there we have it. Oh my god. We have just found our first golden apple, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that don't know, that is a rather rare find. Did that helmet come out of there, or did we just pick that up? I do not know. But there we have it. It was definitely worth coming up here. I think I'll probably grab this mossy as well. I may do. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do all that off camera. We can just be happy in the fact that we did clear this spawner and that we are about to starve to death. So let's head back down. Let's place that. Get that out of the way for a sec. That is gravel, that is cobblestone. And I forgot to start my timer. There we go. Whoa, see, still having problem with mobs. Not sure what's causing it. I'm having to start using the chests in the kitchen area. There's another zombie here, why? Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Well, what? What the hell? Where are these coming from? Not even able to get in my own damn kitchen these days. jeez. Get over yourself, jerk. Right. It couldn't... I doubt they're spawning in here, surely. I'll have to put some of this stuff away. Did I get my torches back? I did. Right. That does just light this up to no end. Can I still open that? Yep. We'll do that. We'll light this up. Seriously though, guys, I'm getting sick of this. If you have any, even slight inkling why we might be having this issue at the moment, please let me know, because it is driving me crazy, especially when I'm trying to build. It just goes nuts. Anyway, I will leave you here momentarily. I'll just grab some food. I'll arrange my inventory off camera so I don't have to torture you lot with that. And when you see me next, we will be at the ravine. So I will see you now. I've set my spawn over here because the next few episodes will be here. As you can see, we've still got our 4 diamonds in reserve right there. Let's get the arrows off the bar for now. I usually like to keep them on there because it's a good idea to keep an eye on how much ammunition you've got. I suppose I can take that off for now. Whoa, it's not that way. What are you doing? Get yourself killed. I'm gonna need to do something with this water. Perhaps just surround it. Because that is likely going to cause a bit of trouble. Ah, come on. Yes. Keep it shaped, just close it in. No, no. Oh, you ruined it. No, you did it again. You... I'll fix it later, don't worry. No. Does that shut it off completely? Let's do these little side bits. There we go. I'll do that one later. You don't want to be watching that, surely. Right, so as you can see, I started digging to connect these two, and I promptly discovered it was going to take a little while. So what I decided to do instead was go home, make some TNT, and I'll just blow a hole straight through. If I can find my workbench. I seem to be lost once more. So that's the other one there. So, where would be the first place to put TNT? I wonder. My God. Oh. I don't think it's actually this far in, is it? So that's... Yeah, so ideally, if we put some TNT there, we'll at least have a better chance. I'm not really sure about the science of TNT. I know that if you knock some blocks out like that, it will explode a bit better. But we'll learn as we go. Nicely done, Steve. Why, thank you. Just get rid of that for now. It's going to create some darkness, but nothing we can't handle. Get that on the bar instead of that. to eat just in case something sneaks up on us. So, going along here, let's work from both ends if at all possible. Tell you what I'll do, I'll mark out something down here so we know that we've reached it, in case we don't realise, in case we're daft and have to walk straight by. I brought some saplings with me. I do plan on planting a forest down here. I will need quite a lot of dirt, as you can imagine. I will probably make a few runs off camera, or just dig some of this dirt out and use that. See, there's quite, I didn't think there'd be that much of a height difference, but this seems to be the main problem. Also trying to find it again. Is it this way? There's the mushrooms. So that must mean... Here it is. So if we put a block there... I'm probably placing this all wrong. People are probably screaming out there. Ooh. Oh, sort of scared me for a second then. I'm not sure why. I don't think it does that. Ooh, I don't think it works like that anymore. I'm probably doing it all wrong, but it's either this or watching me use a pickaxe to dig through. And I think you'll agree this way is a lot more fun, whether I'm doing it wrong or not. Set it in the ground. Zombie somewhere? Whoa, that was a big one. So it should be sort of... Yeah. So that's an easier pathway through. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to be able to do this. I might have to just do a lot of it off camera, just to get it sort of cleared out and tidied up. Let's put another block. Let's nestle another block right in there. Those zombies have really got me unnerved at the moment. I walked right into that one, yeah. Or perhaps not, because you seem to have survived somehow. That lava's a bit troubling. So where? Go away. Silence. This must be an impact crater from our river explosion, so... Sure if it's even worth blowing that bit up because it's so mangled already. Let's try this, shall we? The thing is, you get to a stage where it's just, you may as well just dig it out if you're trying to, if you're just wandering around anyway. There we go. Place that there. Light it. Fire in the hole. Voila! We've now got loads of big holes in our landscape, which is pretty sure that was a goal, wasn't it? Got a bit of TNT mining done there. Just trying to think what else I can do while I'm here with you. That might be even remotely interesting. I can start digging up that way. Let's start doing that. I don't really have anything to talk about. Oh, tell a lie, I do. I don't know why I thought I'll have to save this for next time. But someone did indeed ask a question in the comments, and hopefully you'll be satisfied to know that I'm answering it actually on the series, on an episode of The Mole Survivor rather than in the comments. But there we go. Let me just check the guy's name so you can go check him out. One moment, please. Lord R1966 LODR LORDR 1966 commented, "What's the story behind why you are surviving underground, or is there one?" Not really, just thought it might be fun. No, it's mostly because I've mentioned before, I'm a builder and I hate the underground. I hate exploring in caves, and it's just to sort of get me a little bit used to that aspect of Minecraft, I guess, where it's sort of a cold turkey sort of situation where you just throw yourself into it, and then just hope that you come out the other end okay, without being too emotionally scarred. That was one reason. Another reason was I was just trying to think of something to do, and I thought, oh, it'd be nice to live underground for a bit, wouldn't it? And so I decided to do that. Am I digging in the right area? So yes, thank you for your question. If you would like me to try and pronounce your YouTube name again, then leave another question in the comments below. I'm lost once more. See, that is obviously my doing. This has to go. This just has to go. You are not wanted anymore. Your services are no longer required. Depressing words. What's going on in here then? Nothing. Yeah, I do enjoy the questions. There's another pig. Must be coming down somewhere. We'll build a farm down here or something as well, so we don't have to travel too far for the pigs and the animals when we actually need to bring them down here. Once again, walking around in circles, getting lost. This area just, not so lost anymore. Please forgive me. Express elevator. That's just too much fun to do. I'm gonna pick a jump that's too high one day though, and it's gonna end in misery. I can see it now. These are slightly off on one of the axes, aren't they? If I remember, let me just open up the coordinates where I can see them preferably. If we got 211 and 219, so is that? That is not the button I wanted. So 211's that one, so that's not an issue. Well, perhaps it's not as bad as I thought it was then. Perhaps we can just sort of start building a stairway up through here and end up where we need to be. Let's just try that. I know it's going to be boring, but I just wanted to involve you guys a bit more. I got a few plans for the other mansion. What I'll probably end up doing is I'll do my episodes, the next few episodes here, but I will be popping back and forward, 1 to gather supplies and 2 to continue on my projects that I've got there. But the majority of the time from this moment forward will be spent sorting out the various problems I can foresee having in these ravines. I might be spoiling. I did mention a few episodes ago that we were still I was planning on doing a collaboration with fellow YouTubers. Is this the right? This looks like the right way. some mushrooms there. I'm sure it's probably the right way. Yeah, there we go. This must be it. Right about here. Perfect. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what we're doing. I'm not going to tell you who it's with. Hopefully, I mean, it should only be a couple of hours recording. But the thing is, I want to get some drawing done for it, and I'll probably be making a special intro for it. I don't know if my counterparts would want to do the same, or whether they just want to use one that I make, or whether they want to just do what they usually do. That's a question I'll have to ask them, but hopefully we should be able to do it Saturday, Friday or Saturday, fingers crossed, and so it'd be visible on Monday at the latest, I guess. I don't really want to give myself a massive timescale because we were supposed to do it last weekend, and of course they couldn't make it. No hard feelings, lads. Oh, now I've given it away that it's blokes. Ruining the surprise for everyone. Oh well. Is that a hole I made? I think it might be. I will tidy this up. I just want to get a straight pathway, or a reasonably straight pathway between our two destinations. Yeah, I was a bit surprised to find that spawner up there, and I'm ecstatic that I had a golden apple in, because I understand that people have a whole series dedicated to finding a golden apple. I'm not going to say who, I'm not a particularly big fan of them, but there are people that do it. I'm sure you can find it if you are interested. And that is literally, what is that, my third spawner? So to find a golden apple in that, I imagine, is quite a good find, I think would be the way to put it, without sounding too cocky. Not that I had anything to do with it, I just happened to be digging upwards, and there it was. I was rather fearful that so glad it's not an ocean, because I was building one of my domes again on a slightly larger scale, so naturally it has to go up a lot further. When I started seeing the roof leak, and I was like, that is an ocean. I swam up it. I did not break water, so I just naturally assumed it was an ocean. Yeah, and it developed that I thought, if it is an ocean, I'm just going to have to keep a flat roof on this place. I made a smaller dome, which looked horrible on a big room like that, and I thought, nope, it's gonna have to be sorted out. And on further investigation, rather than having to build the dome while holding my breath the entire time, I figured out that it was in fact a cave, and there was a spawner. So I just quickly plopped a torch in there to slow the spawning down, and then brought you guys in to have a peek. I hope you enjoyed that. That is our third spawner so far. They've all been zombie spawners, which is somewhat disappointing, but they're the most common mob in the game, so it's not surprising at the same time. Just to give you an idea of what's going to go on, this area, not entirely sure what I want to do with it yet, but the other area will be full of trees by the time I'm finished with it. That will be our source of wood. I'm sure it'll make lovely scenery as... sad face. I'm sure it'll make lovely scenery as well. This way. The Shire is this way. References from the early noughties. Yeah, this way. Weren't we just stood by? Oh, it's over there. Duh. See, even with me pretty much joining those two ravines together, I still managed to lose them. There is no hope for some people. I'm sorry to say. It's not my day today. There is no hope for some people, I'm sorry to say. And I and one of them. Would it be easier if I just did that? Yeah, if I go around the edge like this, I should be able to put them under without mucking them up, hopefully. Hard work. Donk. And we're all good. It does add quite a lot having those waterfalls there, so I will leave them in, but not as obstructing as they were just then. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. I've already got one of these things left. What we can do while we're here. Sound effects. Donk, donk, donk. Make one of these, so you know what's happening. I'm going to start making myself self-sufficient over here so I don't have to rely on the other area quite so much. Let's take that out. I'll put all of that in there so it's nice and safe. Cook that on up. Do some more work in the ravine. This is getting too dangerous because I will find you walking there one day, despite the fact it is quite obvious. You will light this all up, don't worry. This obsidian, I'm not sure whether to just build on top of this obsidian or because it's going to bring it up to this level then. I'm not sure if I want that, or whether I want to lean close to the microphone so you can actually hear what I'm saying. I'm not sure if I actually want that if it's this level. I suppose it would mean that you can just jump straight back up to there if you did fall down. Yeah, I like how it's staggered like that, like you've got the shelf here and the sudden music being cut off once more. Yeah, how you got the top shelf and the bottom shelf there. Sorry about that, I just need to get my timer visible. We are coming up on 25 minutes. We didn't accomplish a lot as usual, but we are here now. I will do a lot of work off camera. We'll get this all tidied up. Zombie, Enderman. Hello. Fun fact, Endermans didn't used to have their own sound. I did not know this until I started watching some older... Don't teleport, don't teleport, don't teleport. Oh shit. Asshole. Such buggers the way they disappear like that. That's what killed me last time I went up against an Enderman. He just teleported away. He didn't come back for a little while, and then all of a sudden, boom, there he was in my face. Right, so got our stairway just there it is. Just up and around this corner. Hello. What I'll do is have something to eat in a minute because we're not going to recover health otherwise. What I'll try and do is just enclose all of this. I guess maybe. No, I might just leave it open for now. Just put some stairs on there so I don't have to do this whole jumping thing every time. Let's carve this back a bit while we're here. Collect some of these resources. I don't know why I said it like that. It's become a habit. Said it in the first episode and now it's not going away. So it looks like that ravine, because it is slightly off in that direction, isn't it? Perhaps it just sort of this cave loaded not quite where it should have, and it just caused this unusual arrangement of ravines. That other ravine we will also be linking, however it's a little small. I'm not quite sure how that will fit into my grand plans. Yeah, so what's going to happen by the next time I see you, hopefully, what's today, is it Thursday? I think it's Thursday when I'm recording it, so Friday when you see it. Hopefully I'll be able to record on one of the upcoming days and we will see some sort of linkage between these two that is worth writing home about. I mean, just look at that massive sky. If I can just bring that all the way down and just separate it by a building or some sort of Pokemon style intersection, then that would be grand. But there we are. We started off with some excitement. We ended with some excitement, I guess, for that Enderman, possibly. I found my way. I did not get lost for longer than 10 seconds. Here's where we stand on our current situation in the Mole Survivor. Like, comment, subscribe. Remember to visit the forum posts. Follow me on Twitter. I make rubbish tweets, but they will give you an idea of what I do when I do not play Minecraft. Best way to follow me though is subscribe. I make videos. That's the best way to do it. Prepare to see next time a drastic improvement in this layout. Thank you for watching. Ta-ta.